Hello, listeners, and Nicole Cox.
Hello, Warwick Bidwell. Why does nobody call you Wazza?
Oh, some people do. I used to hate it, and now I don't really care.
It doesn't bother you quite so much?
No, it's just a name. It's better
Uh,
than some of the other things I get called.
Oh, yeah.
Steady on. Are there other things you call me?
No, not me. I used to be called Nikki when I was growing up. I don't like it.
Nikki.
Mm. I have an aunt and uncle coming to stay soon, and they still call me Nikki, all my aunts and uncles. I probably don't know them or haven't spent enough time with them for them to understand how much I despise it. But it's actually a bit cute when your uncle calls you Nikki. Because I'm not probably a bit old to be called Nikki when my
You're not
name's
12
actually
anymore.
Nicole anyway. So yes, there you go. And I didn't like it, and I still don't like it. I love Nick. Nick's fine. Nikki, don't like it. Don't know why. Just don't.
Fair enough.
Funny, isn't it? Anyway, that's got nothing to do with
Hilarious.
today's episode. Warwick, where do sharks go on summer vacation?
No.
Finland.
Oh, I like it. G'day, I'm Woz.
And I'm Nick, sometimes Coxie, mostly Nick.
This is the Tradies in Business podcast, and we're here to share a bunch of tips, ideas, tactics that you can put in place to get change happening in your trade business right now.
If you're really lucky, we're going to entertain you with a few mum jokes and, more importantly, a bunch of fantastic guests that will educate you in all things you need to know about trade business. But we do promise to do it with a whole bunch of fun along the way.
I'm a self-confessed idiot, so strap yourself in and enjoy another episode.
These are actually these are brain teasers, not jokes.
Yeah, kind of.
And I haven't worked any of them out. Hey, listeners, if you've worked out some of Nick's brain teaser / mum jokes, can you let me know? Because I'm starting to feel a bit slow.
The thing though, it's being put under pressure. It's really hard to think of those kind of quick witty things under pressure. Even when you're naturally witty, and I think you're very naturally witty, you're already thinking about something to be witty about, or there's not the pressure to come up with something because it's just part of a conversation. Whereas when it's a joke and I'm asking you to come up with something that makes sense, that can be really challenging. And it's a very small period of time that I give you.
And I find it more challenging to figure out someone else's thing like that. Where do sharks go for holiday? And I'm thinking, sharks, what would they be talking about with sharks? Sharks, damn it. No, don't take more than 4 seconds, because this is a podcast and everyone's going to get bored and they're going to skip to the next episode. Damn it, I don't know. And it's like, oh, damn, it's Finland. Of course it's Finland. But I can come up with that stuff just on the fly.
Yes.
With my wife just groans, but she's like, how do you come up with this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. It just pops out.
I think that's the thing, right? I think that when you're on the train of your own wit, it just happens. And when you're trying to catch on to somebody else's wit and what they might be saying, that takes a while to build that relationship. You and I are pretty good at doing it to one another. And it's part of what our clients love. Well, I hope they love it. They roll their eyes and they giggle. I'm going to assume that that's a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Is the way that you and I, well, we're just constantly taking the piss out of one another, really, aren't we?
Pretty much. Nikki. All right, Nikki. We're not here to talk about sharks. My younger self nickname was Biddy.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a bit like calling me Coxie.
Yeah, Coxie, Biddy, Bluey, whatever. But at high school, because I was so little, I was itty bitty.
I did not know that.
And worse still, the people that called me itty bitty the most were the cool chicks.
Yes, always.
And I felt even smaller.
I tell you what, when you're at school and somebody's taking the piss and making fun of you, you really just want to bugger off on a holiday, don't you?
I just wanted to go crawl in a hole somewhere on a beach. Nice segue, Coxie.
That's all right. I'm learning.
We're talking holidays. Why won't you take a holiday, listeners? Why won't you do it? What is wrong with you?
I find this so frustrating. There's compulsory holiday block every year that tradies take. And not all do, to be fair. I can recall last year quite a few of our clients did not take the Christmas New Year period off for various reasons. Some of them were shut down businesses. Some of them had emergency call-out based businesses that still did very well during that time of year. However, most of you do take some time off over Christmas and New Year, but that's all many of you take.
Which
You
is a
work
crap time to take it because you
expensive.
can't go anywhere because there's tourists swarming all over the place, anywhere decent,
Yeah.
even Tasmania. Actually, it's probably the only time most of you would want to come to Tasmania because the temperature
Cold.
gets above 20. um, everything's twice as expensive. You can't get a parking spot anywhere. It's school holidays, so forget about booking anything.
Mm.
Uh, so I think, why wouldn't you go like a shoulder season or outside of school holiday? Well, I get, having kids at school, it's a bit hard to go on holidays outside of school holidays, but even some of the long weekends and stuff, there's other opportunities. And working all year and taking one break, that's bloody awful.
It's a recipe for disaster and burnout, quite frankly. Do you know what I think a lot of business owners don't take holidays?
Mm.
It's because they've tried before and it felt like a failure.
How so?
The phone didn't stop ringing and things broke with their team while they were away. There were callbacks or a job didn't get completed properly or a quote got missed or there's a 1,000 different reasons that things break and it feels like it's a failure. And I think lots of trade business owners have tried it. I say with those air quote things that you can't see because
Mm.
you're listening. They've tried it and it
That
felt
didn't
like
work.
it failed.
Well, it didn't work the way you wanted to. And we do have even some of our newer clients, obviously, because, we've only just started working with them and they've been having that experience of why would I bother? It was actually more of a hassle and a headache to go away because I was trying to deal with problems on site over the phone and answer customers at night in the caravan or sitting in the accommodation or something. Plus, it cost us a bomb because there was four of us traveling, and I got sick because I ate the salad or whatever. And it's like I might as well just stay home.
Yep, I don't want to go on a holiday after that diatribe either. That feels like
Well, no wonder people won't
yeah.
take a holiday because it's a monumental pain in the neck. And you don't come back feeling refreshed. In fact, you come back more worn out and stressed, and you go back to work to get away from the kids and the nagging spouse, either direction.
Yes.
So just save the money and don't go.
Or you do what we've shared previously. You go on a caravanning holiday and the holiday starts off with a bang because you're going to have that massive argument when someone's trying to reverse the van and you can't see. It's not a good way to start a holiday at all. But I feel like this happens a lot for business owners. We get stuck
100%.
in this loop of feeling as though we can't do whatever it might be, even if it's not holidays, because everything's going to break. And yet there's a far better way, I promise. Warwick and I take reasonably regular holidays, depending on what's going on in our community at the time or how our personal lives are stacked. But we take plenty of time out and we're able to do so because of the things we're going to talk to you about today.
It's because we're lucky, Nicole.
No, we're not lucky. We work.
No,
really
it's because we work in
hard.
an office.
No, it's not because we work in
Okay, it's because we're old.
maybe our age and experience has a little bit, but you can shortcut it and listen to our age and experience and figure out a way to do it for yourself.
But that's what happens is we look at what other people are doing, even, a couple of people like us sitting here in our nice warm offices in the middle of winter with our podcast microphones and a bunch of IT equipment sitting on a comfortable office chair. Well, it's easy for us. It's easy for us to say take a holiday because, we're not out there on site. We're not dealing with rain delays and customers that want everything urgently and bills that are stacking up and progress payments that don't come in on time. And I've had to pay all my wages and materials in advance and I got crap cash flow. And how the hell am I supposed to take a holiday? Easy for you lot sitting in an office, or easy for you with a retail business or something. It's easier for you to get staff. But what happens is you just come up with a list of justifications and reasons why what you've got right now is as good as it gets. And that's okay if you want to keep doing that. I'm assuming you listen to this podcast because you want to change things. And we have quite a number of our listeners who have reached out to us, had a chat, booked a brainstorm session with us to see what's possible, and have gone on to become Tradiepreneur members, some of whom we talk about here on the show with amazing wins that they've had in their business because they chose differently. And Nicole, I know you just want to jump in there and talk over the top of me, which is completely justified because I don't really take many breaths and it's really hard to get in. And anyway, so you said a whole bunch of stuff, and I've talked a bit tongue in cheek about some of the reasons and justifications for not taking a holiday. And one of the big things that I've seen over more than 16 years of coaching tradie business owners is the term I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go away because. And this is a really cheesy, old school mindset thing. It's not a coach thing. The word can't does not exist. It's not that you can't, it's that you choose not to. And what comes next is everything you have in your life right now. And I know I've said this on the podcast before, everything you have in your life right now, you have chosen. All of my divorces, my lost money, my broken business deals, my physical injuries, everything that's happened to me personally, to Wazza, I chose. Now, that's really hard to wrap your head around if you've only just started your self-reflection, personal and business growth journey. And that is an absolute fact. Everything you have right now, you've chosen. The cool thing about that, Nick, is you can choose differently if you do it consciously.
This is one of those times where we probably talk about the answer being simple but not easy.
Oh, yeah. It's bloody hard.
It is hard. It's not something that you can flick a button and it all changes and everything's magically going to be better. There's no silver bullet. There's no magic wand. There is a big hammer that we can hit you lots and lots of times so that you do all of the work. And it's really simple. I mean, the strategies and the systems, this is about installing some systems into your business. The systems is such a simple, and it's not easy because you're going to have to confront some personal stuff. And that looks like stuff you haven't done before for a reason. You know, having pretty serious, regular team reviews and chats with your team can be really uncomfortable because you don't like confrontation, or you don't know how to have healthy confrontation in a way that can help drive results. Creating systems for how tasks need to be completed time after time after time feels really hard because I'm super busy, and how on earth am I going to take a minute to video the standard way in which I want a door handle to be fixed to a door, or the way in which we like to run the wires through the wall, for example. That stuff can feel really hard. It can be very time consuming, and yet it's really quite simple. It's not hard to do that from a
Not complex,
systemized
no.
way.
You're
No,
right.
just hard to make the time. It's hard to make that choice. But when you remember, and I said but mindfully, when you remember that you are the person that gets to choose for yourself, you can start to choose a little bit differently. This isn't something that's going to happen in a month. It's going to take some time for you to start to systemize these parts of your business. And you can make a decision to start today. We have a major electrical company who have not used a lot of tech in this area before, and they've just started using Loom to create staff videos for procedures on how to perform tasks within their electrical business. And they are so darn excited. I don't think I've ever seen a business full of people more excited, A, to be using the tech, but B, to start to see some of the results that it's creating so that they can consistently have the same or similar outcome without mistakes, without hiccups, because there is this bank of videos where team members, specifically new ones, because of course, once we've watched the video once or twice, we know how to do it the standard company way moving forward. That means that if they leave on holidays, and I might add, they're actually on holidays now, they're in the snow again. When you go on holidays, there's always somewhere for somebody to go to figure out how to do something so they're not getting stuck. That's a very simple, uncomplicated system to put into your business that will take you some time and some work and some effort to begin to create. But you don't have to do all the creation yourself either. Here's the magical thing about systems. You already have them.
Yep.
You're not acknowledging them. You're not understanding that you're doing the same stuff time and time again to create the current outcome. But you have version 1 of your system in just about every part of your business already.
Even if that system looks like the apprentice making the same mistake every 2 or 3 weeks.
Absolutely.
That's a system. It's being repeated. Systems are just repeatable outcomes. It's just choosing a different outcome.
It is. So the very first step of this is starting to record what you already do. Yes, there will be some tweaks and changes that you need to make to most of the systems you are currently following in your business. Warwick and I make tweaks and changes to every system in our business just about weekly. We're continuously trying to improve based on feedback or experience. Something breaks. Great. There's another system that needs to be improved. Warwick's laughing at me at the moment because we're both sick and tired of fixing all of our systems.
Even though we roll our eyes and groan and complain,
We
and then we
do.
give ourselves an uppercut. It's like, you know what? This is just improving our business. And Nick, I'm just going to jump on that point of yours. Sorry to butt in. I'm not really. In the time that Tradies in Business has been in existence, which is much less than you and I have both been coaching and mentoring, if I look back to where our business started, 6 years ago in reality, to how it runs now, you couldn't even consider them to be the same business.
No.
And I get that we operate in a different space to you listening to this podcast. But again, there's another conscious use of the word but. They're both businesses. They both need money coming in and going out. They both need to manage cash flow. They both have employees. You and us are not that different. Yes, we deliver a different product or service, but beyond that, everything else is the same. We're all on social media. We're all using Xero. We're all using the same systems to run our business. It's just that Coxie and I have busted our asses to develop those systems so that when we're not available, our team can do a whole bunch of the stuff apart from the coaching, and we can't employ coaches to do the coaching. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to work with us as a client, chances are you want to work with Nick and me because we're the ones you've been listening to here on the podcast. In a trade business, don't give me that crap about, but they want to talk, they want me on site. That's why they want us. No, they don't. They want someone to fix their plumbing. They don't care if it's not you. Newsflash. Sorry, Nick, I butted in, and now I probably derailed you and you won't remember what the hell you were talking about.
I was just talking about, I was going to make the point that most of our systems have not been created by us.
Ooh, great point.
They have not been created by us. We've handed over. So generally for us, we task somebody with a task. We might have to educate them and teach them how to do the task, but we give them the opportunity to perform the task. After the task for our team, they'll be critiquing either, they'll send it through for approval. So it's, yes, this is fantastic. Here's a bunch of positive affirmation about the task that has been completed. Can you now go and create a procedure? Really simple. Just go and film yourself doing what you just did. Let AI transcribe it so it turns into a written procedure as well. And we suddenly have 3 versions of the one procedure. Really, really simple. Sometimes the information comes back to us or the task comes back completed and there'll be some bits missing. So we'll have to do a bit of critiquing and help drive a better outcome or an outcome more in line with what we were thinking or hoping for. And then it's completed. And guess what? Our team get to go back and create a procedure. So we have this massive bank of procedures so that pretty well anyone with a reasonable skill set could jump into our business and do most of what our team does for us. There's not too much within our business and the way it works that total stranger new to our business couldn't figure out how to do, because we've taken the time to educate our team on how to create the systems for us. Yes, there are still some things that Warwick and I are innately responsible for, and the team has still created the systems that we generally follow based off some input that we've given them. But we have team members now that are that intuitive and that understanding of our business and our business model. They can generally go and create a system that is perfect from phase 1.
And that took hard work and that took time.
Mm.
And I want to speak to the point of saying, it's all too hard. Well, just think about how hard it is busting your hump every year to barely make a wage, or even if you're making an okay salary from your business and you don't get time off, doesn't matter how much money you're getting paid, not having any time off or not having enough time out for life burns people out.
Yeah.
And we've seen it happen so many times over the years. So you've worked really hard to build the business that you have right now. You listening to this podcast have no doubt worked hard. You have slaved away. You've invested your blood, sweat, and tears into what you've currently created. Why not put a little bit of that effort into creating something that allows you to step out, even for 4 days?
Mm.
Turn off the phone, give it to your senior tradesperson, give them the link to all of the Loom videos or the written procedures, and step out of your business for 4 days. Just imagine that. 4 days, no phone, no laptop, no worries. And if you don't think it's possible, we've got hundreds of clients we've worked with over the years who have done just that. And I would say, Nick, more than 90% of the time, when our tradiepreneur members give it a go and they get to the point where they're like, we're going to have a crack. We're going away on the weekend for a 4-day weekend. It's not a public holiday weekend. We're just going to take 4 days. It's our first holiday in 7 years as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And they come back and we're like, how'd it go? Did the business burn down? They're like, the team actually said things went better without us there on Friday and Monday. And they wish we'd go away more often. Like, that is so often the story.
Yep.
Because when you get out of the way of your people, often they do amazing things.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the right people, then perhaps that's part of the work you've got to do, is improving your people systems. And that's the sort of stuff, obviously, that we work with our clients on. But it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And you could achieve that in under 6 months. You could make those changes in less than 6 months and take 4 days, 5 days out. Take Monday to Friday out. Make it a 7-day holiday.
Just enough time for you to do it before Christmas. You can have a break, a real break.
Bang on. Bang on.
I would say that 100% of the trade business owners that we speak to, when we ask them what they want from their business, 100% of them say they want more time.
Yep.
So I guarantee that all of you listening would like some more time outside of your business. And this is the way to get that. It's through the system of creating procedures and systems and structure for your team to follow so that you can get out and take a break, because you deserve it. Business should be about rewarding you for the years and years of effort that you've put into creating your business.
Now, if you've got no idea how to make a start on that, and you've listened to this and gone, yeah, of course I want to take more time out of my business. It's why I started the business in the first place, is to get the freedom. I want the time and the money freedom. If you're just not sure what the hell to do next, you could do one simple thing, cost you nothing other than 15 minutes of your time. You're going to have to overcome a bunch of fear about talking to us. You're going to have to get past the idea that we're going to stitch you up for some insanely expensive business program that's not going to do anything for you, and you'll never be able to get out of it. And you're going to have to name your next born child after Coxie or something. Book a brainstorm session with us. We love talking to tradies. It's why we've been doing this podcast for 10 years now. It's why we run our business program. It's why we do all the free trainings that we do. Coxie and I love what we do, and we love to meet you listening to this podcast. Book a brainstorm session with us. Just go to our website. You can find the link there. We'll drop the link in the show notes as well. We'll have a chat to you. We'll have a look at what's working for you right now, what's not working, talk a bit about your goals, and give you some ideas about, okay, well, what's possible? Can we help you? Are you stuffed and you're just doomed to live the life you've got right now? Either way, we'll let you know honestly. And then if we think we can help you, we can talk about that. And if not, we can probably refer you to some people who can help you. Maybe you just need to talk to a bookkeeper. Maybe you just need to get someone to help you with your job management system. But we'll just have a bit of a yarn, 15 minutes, and you're out the door. So if you want to do that, hit the website or click the link in the show notes. We'd love to talk to you. Make sure you let us know you came from the podcast in this episode, and we'll take extra special care of you, and I'll let Coxie talk to you instead of me. But otherwise, take a damn holiday. Do the hard work so you can actually get rewarded. It's crazy just busting your gut for no time off.
If you take a holiday, take a picture and tag us in it so we know that you did.
Thanks for listening. Enjoy your weekend if you're having one.
Hooroo.